Hi everybody, I'm Adrienne Kawabata. I'm a doctor of physical therapy and I wanted to share with you some of the most effective exercises that you can do if you sit at a desk a lot. So one of the first stretches that we're going to do is standing up. We're going to get both feet together and then both arms. You're going to interlace your hands up over your head and really think about reaching up to the ceiling. And then we're going to bend over to one side. And then really just hold for a nice breath in and out. And I'm really focusing on breathing into my ribs here on this left side. And then reset, reach up and over to the left. Breathing in and out, really focusing on expanding the ribs on the outside. Okay, and then the next movement is both hands, you're just going to try to reach for the ground. And then if you can't touch the ground, go ahead and just gently bend your knees a little bit. And the next thing I want you to do is just let your head drop down. Just get a little bit of traction through your neck. And then you're going to slowly come back up. Roll those shoulders backwards a couple times. Once more, we're going to go both hands up over your head. Interlace them, reach up and over to one side. Breathe in and out. Okay, reset, reach up, bend over to the left. Breathe in and out. Come back to center and widen your stance a little bit. Reach down to the ground, bend your knees if you have to. Relax that head. Give it a little wiggles right and left. And then slowly come back up. Give your shoulders a couple rolls backwards. Great. So the next stretch, we're going to focus on stretching the front of our hips. And then you can grab a chair, a sturdy chair. I have this box instead today, but you're going to get one foot onto the chair. You're going to stand up nice and tall. Right now I'm focusing on keeping the grounded leg nice and straight by squeezing my thigh. And then staying upright, I'm just shifting my weight forward. Feeling a nice stretch through the front of the hip. And then as I rock back, I'm going to go onto my heel and I'm just going to bow forward. Get a nice stretch through the hamstring of the leg that's on the stool. Okay? Standing up nice and tall, shift your weight forward, feel a stretch on that left leg at the front. Shift your weight back, get the heel, the toes up, and get a nice stretch through the hamstring. Good. We're going to do that one more time for this right leg. Forward, get the nice hamstring stretch. Okay, we'll switch legs. Left leg up, my right leg nice and strong and straight. Staying nice and tall, shifting my weight forward, get a nice stretch at the front of my right hip this time. And then rock back, go on the heel of the left leg, get a nice stretch through the hamstring here. If you're getting any kind of tingling in through the leg, that may be due to some nerve-related tightness. So if you are feeling that, go ahead and let your toe relax. Don't bring the toe up. And then really get a nice hamstring stretch. One more time. So shift your weight forward. Right leg nice and straight, you're standing up nice and tall, rock back, stretch out that left hamstring. Okay. The next stretch is going to be a seated glute stretch. So I'll be stretching my right side first. You're going to cross your ankle over your left leg. There's two ways to do this stretch. You can sit up nice and tall, kind of stick your chest up, keeping that nice and tall. You're going to bow forward. And you should feel a nice deep stretch in through that glute area. If you already feel a stretch just sitting up tall, that may be all that you need, and that's okay. The second way to stretch is just bring your knee up towards your left shoulder. This way. That can be one way to stretch out. Personally, I feel more of a stretch when I sit up tall and bow forward. Some people feel more of a stretch when they just bring the knee up towards the opposite shoulder. Okay, the next stretch is going to be focusing on the inner thigh. You're going to get a nice wide stance. And the key is you're gonna bow forward. So from the side view, I'm bowing forward, and then I'm shifting my weight over to one side to get a nice groin stretch on my left right now. And then you're gonna stand back up, nice and tall, bow forward, shift your weight over to the left. A lot of people have some knee discomfort if they stay upright and really bring the knee forward this way. You don't get too much of a groin stretch. You need that bow forward and then that shift over. So together now, nice and wide, bow forward, shift your weight one way, stretch out one groin, stand all the way back up, bow forward, shift the other way. We'll go a couple more times each side. So bow forward, just holding for a nice breath in and out. Stand up once more. Very good. So the next couple of stretches are going to be focused at the upper part of the body now. So we're going to get both arms up, and then you're going to bend one hand and reach for your behind your back to get a nice tricep stretch on one side. But try not to round over, try to sit up nice and tall, and then I'm just gently pulling this elbow over towards my head to get a nice stretch through the tricep. Okay, and then we'll switch sides, bending my right hand, reaching down towards my back, and then pulling gently with my left to get a nice stretch. Again, just holding for a nice breath in and out. We'll do it two more times. Pull it over, standing up nice and tall. Pull over that tricep. Breathe in and out. One more time. Nice. Last time on the other side. Perfect. Okay, so the next stretch is going to be mainly for the upper part of the back to open up, and all you need is a wall. You're going to get your hands on the wall, and then I'm walking my hips backwards just a little bit, and then I'm sitting my hips back, and I'm really trying to think about dropping my chest towards the ground. And then I'll come up nice and tall, push my hips back, drop my chest down. So you may feel a hamstring stretch as well because you're sitting your hips back. If you're finding that you're not getting as much, you may be too close to the wall. And then if you may be getting a little bit too much of a stretch if you're too far from the wall. So just find a good position. It takes a little moving around to get there, but we're just gonna go chest up to chest down a couple more times. Up, really drop the chest, like somebody's pulling my tail behind me. Good. Okay, so the next stretch is just going to be focusing here at the neck. We're just going to go through the basic ranges of motion, really. So you're going to drop your head down, bring your chin to your chest, and then just appreciate where you feel the stretch. You should be feeling a nice stretch behind the neck, maybe down in through the upper part of the back. Bring your head back to neutral, and then we're just going to look up the ceiling. But this time you're going to you're gently just going to pull down on where your collarbone. You're going to pull that skin down a little bit. It's a really gentle pull. Looking up to the ceiling. I'm going to go once more. Just a gentle skin tug. Keeping that mouth closed. Okay, and the next movement is you're going to bring your right ear towards your right shoulder, and then if you want a little bit more of a stretch, we're going to tip it a little bit further with their hand and a nice stretch down. If you'd like, you can sit on your other hand to get a deeper stretch, and then to get the same a different muscle at the same direction. You're going to look almost like you're looking towards your right armpit, and then I'm just gently pulling my head towards that armpit. You're going to feel a different muscle stretch here at the back of the neck. All right, and then we're going to do the same thing to the left ear to left shoulder, a little bit of overpressure with the hand. Nice. And then looking down towards the left armpit, and then using the hand to pull down a little bit more. Sitting on the hand is just a progression, so you don't need to. I get a pretty good stretch without it already. Okay. Next, we're going to rotate your head. We're going to rotate the head all the way over to the left. And then see, can you look over your left shoulder? And then just take note, what's restricting you? Is it this tightness on the right side of your neck, or is it just stuck here on the left? Look over the right shoulder. Can you look over a little bit more on one side versus the other? Some of these neck stretches that we first went over, the side bending, can be one of those stretches to help relieve some of that tension that is limiting your range of motion. So we'll go through those motions one more time. So head down, look up, but first put your hands on your collarbones, keeping the mouth closed. Good. Tip your right head to your right shoulder, right ear to right shoulder. Good. Look down towards your right armpit. Give it a little pull. Good. Left ear to left shoulder. Give it a little pull. Looking towards your left armpit. Good. Look over that left shoulder. Look over that right shoulder. Great. Those are some neck stretches. Okay, so if you're able to get on the ground at work or wherever you are, we're gonna do the open book stretch, and that starts on your side with your knees snugged up to your chest. Your bottom hand is gonna go on top of the top leg. Go ahead and rest your head down on the ground, or if you want, you can have a little pillow or a little towel roll just for comfort. You're going to reach that top arm forward, and then we're going to rotate the body and see if you can get that right shoulder blade onto the ground, and then you're going to open up that arm. So just for visualization purposes, you're going to reach over, and then I'm rotating my upper back to see if I can get that shoulder blade onto the ground, and then I'm opening up. If you're feeling a lot of discomfort right here at the front of the shoulder, that worsens when you extend the arm, just go ahead and keep it bent. And then we're going to hold for a count of just one nice breath in and out. Good. I'm going to do it another time. Reach forward and open up. Good. We'll switch sides. Reach forward, rotate, open. Good. Breathe in and out. Once more. Reach forward, rotate, open, put that shoulder blade down, extend the arm. In and out. Great. The next stretch is called pigeon pose. You're going to get the knee. We're going to start with our left knee. The knee is going to be in line in between the chest. And then I'm thinking about extending that right leg. And then I'm really sinking my right hip down towards the ground. And then to deepen the stretch, I'm going to look over my left shoulder, and the target area really should be that posterior glute, that back of the hip area. It's common that people keep the knee outward this way, and you just don't get too much of a stretch with that. So to really target it, make sure that knee is in between your chest. You're sinking your right hip down, and you're looking over that left shoulder to just get a deeper stretch. And we're just going to hold it for another 10 seconds or so. So nice breathing in and out. Good. We'll do the other side. I'll show you a side view. So I'm getting that right knee in between my chest, getting that left leg nice and long, sinking my left hip down towards the ground, and then rotating my head on to the right shoulder to get a deeper stretch. Just checking to see if your knee is between your chest, and then you're really feeling a nice deep stretch in through that glute on that right side. Okay, great. Next stretch is going to be cat cow to child's pose. So you're going to be on all fours, hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Make sure that you're not loaded onto your arms too much. So right underneath your hips. Okay, so the cat position is you're tucking your tail like so, and then I'm pushing the ground away, and then I'm dropping my head down. And then I'm really breathing into the peak of my upper back, rounding right here. Good. And then dropping into cow, I'm letting my belly sag down, as if I had a tail. I'm poking my tail up to the ceiling, dropping the chest down, and looking forward. Good. And the third movement is child's pose. I'm widening my knees a little bit, untucking my toes, and then I'm sitting my hips back. And then I'm letting my chest fall, and then just letting my forehead rest on the ground. Good. I'm going to deviate my hands from child's pose. So you're going to deviate your hands one way to the right to get a nice side stretch on that left side. I'm really thinking about getting my low back nice and long. Good. Deviating over onto the left side, sinking my hips down to get a nice stretch in through that right side. Good. We're going to do that once more again. Cat, cow to child's pose. So cat, tuck that tail, push the ground away, round the upper back, drop the head, take a nice deep breath in. And then as you exhale, poke the tail up, drop the belly, drop the chest, look forward. Good. Keep the feet where they are, widen the knees, drop the hips down, reach forward, rest the head down onto the ground. Good. Deviate your hands over to the side, the right side, stretch out that left side. You can almost think about breathing into the left-sided rib cage. And deviate your hands over to the left. Sink down into that stretch. Breathe into the right side ribs. Good. The next one is called thread the needle. So you're going to start on all fours again, hands underneath your hips, hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. I'm going to take my left hand, and then I'm going to reach through, thread it through, and then this right elbow can bend. So I'm really focusing on trying to see how far I can reach my left shoulder to the ground. And then we're going to go back to all fours. We're going to reach left hand through, try to get that right shoulder down, and then again you can let that left elbow bend. We're going to reach through 3 times on each side. Reach through, reach through, breathe in and one more time in each side. Reach. Reach. Good. Last movement, still on all fours, except you're going to kick one leg out straight, and then you're going to rock your hips back until you feel a nice stretch in through that inner groin area. You're going to rock back and forth 5 times. Rock back, 3. See if you can go a little bit deeper now. 4. Last one. 5. Okay, good. Nice. And then stick that right leg out, or the other leg out. Rock back. Just see like, hey, how's the right compared to the left? Is it a little tighter or a little looser? I'm gonna rock back a couple more times. Great. So that wraps up the mobility session. Hopefully you feel a little bit looser, got the blood flowing in places that haven't been there for the past few hours. But really use this as a tool if you just needed to get in some kind of guided mobility exercise that is specific for the desk worker. Hope you had found this helpful. Thank you so much.